wide, but it's a lovely run at Morphettville, and away they go.
Racing. Fair Start 2, Heavenly Guide, one of the best away from Winning Rink and Classic Concept, and also away fast was Man Elite, and driving through the pack Abacado. There's a jam of horses. Going through to is Miss Nazette. King Kazar is now bursting through the division. Fading was up much closer today, and so too driving through along the inside of those. As they work along the side of the course there, French Border is in that pack, and so too are others, including Wave Breaker. Then came behind those Taxall Trap very deep, Sir Alexander. Then Noble Vintage, Sun and Air getting back now. Man Elite and Storm Petal and Storm Treasure together. French Border drifts back to second last. Chrysidium is a clear last now. Racing to the turn, and here the leaders are Winning Rink, King Kazar and Classic Concept, a line of 3. 2 to Avocado, and just in behind those then came Wave Breaker. They were followed by Fading deeper out, then Heavenly Guide, Sir Alexander, followed then by Noble Vintage. Taxall's never been on the track, but it's Fading coming out after the leaders, running to the 200-metre mark. Oh, he ducked in. It's Winning Rink, Classic Concept, King Kazar, as they come down with Wave Breaker joining in too. Wave Breaker hands and heels going to Classic Concept. Wave Breaker puts the head out on the line, and Wave Breaker, Ruth McMillan a double. Classic Concept second. Now French Border from about second last before the turn may get third, with Sun and Air. Fading wouldn't race straight in the straight. Then with it Abacado, Sir Alexander, Winning Rink knocking up the last bit. Storm Petal made ground. King Kazar didn't go on. Further back Chrysidium, very disappointing. Then further back Storm Treasure, Noble Vintage.
Unofficially in Adelaide, it'll be 6, 3 and 12 over the line. You can see Wave Breaker, Ruth McMillan, the woman jockey, hands and heels, goes up and joins Classic Concept. In fact, loses a cap there at that point. Now feels for the whip. Out wide, French Border finishing very strongly. Wave Breaker just in front and wins about a long nick from Classic Concept, and unofficially third French Border. So 6. They look to be pretty right. Ian Craig will be the caller there in Sydney for this race. Light flashing, that doesn't mean much there. It's 2,000 metres this race, and away they go.
And one of the best to begin was Ara King. Bluegrass Dancer away well, and that Balciano dropping out last early. Like a Topic's gone to third. Fourth is Razoo, then Lady Nuke, followed closely on the outside by Border Rate, looking for the lead, and in fact I think he'll get it. As they travel about 300 metres, Border Rate goes across onto the rails to show out from Ara King. Third Razoo, fourth Lady Nuke. A length for Like a Topic on the outside of Bluegrass Dancer, 1.5 Kenzai. A half on the rails Commercial Balance. Now going up 3 deep Balciano, second last Ponchielli, and Copperwing on the inside is last. Down the back of the course going to the 1400, and Border Raid, the rider slows the speed. It's a long neck to a half length Ara King, third Razoo, and travelling fourth Lady Nuke. Fifth on the rails Bluegrass Dancer, then the Big Chestnut, Like a Topic, followed by Commercial Balance on the inside. Kenzai the outer, 2 lengths Balciano, 1 to Copperwing, and nearly 2 lengths to Ponchielli. Not a lot of change in the order going onto the far corner near the 1100 metres, and Border Raid's rider quickens up again. It's 3/4 of a length clear on Ara King, 2.5 to Razoo, then Bluegrass Dancer, followed wider out by Lady Nuke. A length and a half to Like a Topic, Commercial Balance inside Kenzai, then Balciano. The fence Copperwing, and 2 lengths to Ponchielli. Over the 800 crossing, and still Border Raid sets up the speed in front, of length and a quarter Ara King, 2 to Lady Nuke, 3 deep. Razoo the middle, the fence Bluegrass Dancer, followed at the head of the others by Like a Topic, then Commercial Balance, Kenzai from Copperwing and Balciano, and 3 lengths to Ponchielli. They're travelling to the corner now, and it's Border Raid, a length and a quarter Ara King, third posse Lady Nuke under the whip, Like a Topic wide, Bluegrass Dancer the fence, then Razoo from Commercial Balance, getting into the open from Kenzai, Copperwing and Balciano. Now Ara King is drawn level with Border Raid. Like a Topic charges at the pair of them, a length to Kenzai, followed by Balciano and Copperwing. Like a Topic puts the head in front, 100 metres to go. Kenzai battling on with Ara King. Here comes Kenzai. Kenzai after Like a Topic. Kenzai pokes the head in front, and Kenzai wins the money from Like a Topic. I think Ara King's got third from Commercial Balance, Copperwing and Balciano. Then came Bluegrass Dancer, Border Raid, Ponchielli, Lady Nuke, and Razoo was last.
Over the line in Sydney, and a good finish there. 2 Kenzai, 7 Like a Topic, and it looks like 1 Ara King third, but it's pretty tight. You could see that Kenzai was giving them at about a length start at the 150, and he was being hard ridden, but he does wind up pretty quickly towards the end. Ara King was trying to get through down on near the inside, and Like a Topic was about a head in front at this stage. Kenzai's now grabbed them and taken the lead. And Kensai will just get it from Like a Topic, and it does look like Ara King third. So unofficial 2, 7 and 1 in Sydney at Randwick for the first leg of the daily double. Wavebreaker 5.95, 135. Classic Concept 185. French Border 355. Trifecta a healthy one, $12.67 even. Quinella 41.65. In Sydney, Kensai 405, 115. Like a Topic 130. Ara King $2. Trifecta 221.60. Quinella 11.90. Here's Ron Patz.
Already caught them in a perfect line. Shortly after the start, Best Out Space Commander hit the ground and run out to lead by about a long neck, a half Banker's Delight. Away fairly quickly too was Nasrani Sands, and with them George's Boy turned to Reason Trap wide, even wider vaguely now. Further back in the pack behind those then came Wild Serenade, followed by Sports Talk inside of Speedy Cheval. A length and a half to 2 away Bondi Boy, then a length back on the inside of those was Bertie. About 2 to Time and Space and 1 to High Begum. Running along the far side of the course, heading towards the 1250, and here the leader is Space Command. He's trying to hold it up in front. About a long neck to vaguely now. A couple away George's Boy on the outside and going well. On the inside, Nasrani Sands from Wild Serenade and Turn to Reason pulling. Then Banker's Delight, followed by Speedy Cheval and Sports Talk. They were followed further back by Bondi Boy. Bertie, High Begum from last with a quick sprint, and Time and Space endeavouring to follow it up. They're racing down the side now, going to the 800-metre mark, and Space Command shrugs off vaguely now, draws a length and a half clear. Into third placing, High Begum from last, right around the field. With it, George's Boy, Nasrani Sands, hard ridden, then Wild Serenade and Turn to Reason together. They're both being ridden along from Time and Space, Speedy Cheval. Then further back in that division too, as they come to the turn now, making a bit of ground, Bondi Boy, but ridden hard. Then further back to Bertie. Banker's Delight and Sports Talk has broken down on the turn into the straight now, and High Begum continues that big run to go to the lead with Space Command. Then came Wild Serenade vaguely now, George's Boy and Turn to Reason hanging in. High Begum the leader from Space Command, Turn to Reason plodding away, but it's High Begum and Space Command, and here's Bertie coming at them all. It's Bertie joining in with High Begum, Turn to Reason in the middle. It's a three-way go, Turn to Reason, Bertie, I think Bertie has got home. I reckon Bert's got in now.
And it's official 8.13.1 in Adelaide. Back to jump. Second leg of the double. The Neyland Handicap over 1600. Ian Craig's about to pick it up. Here we go.
Racing this time, another lovely start, and at the end of 100 metres, it's My Day dropping back a shade, and the roughie going right around the outside to lead our Johnny by about a length and a half. Deed Star Pico third, and travelling fourth is Calaboose, a length of Full Page on the inside of My Day. Then Senshire Bungabi, followed on the fence by Paris Night. About 2 further away is Kuala Bay on the outside of No Scruples. Second last Ferris King, and last is Lucky Century. Racing along to the 1100 metres, and our Johnny 2.5 lengths on Deed Star. Calaboose hugging the fence third. Now Pico's gone up wide out to be in fourth position on the outside of My Day. 2.5 to Senshire Full Page, and then Bungabi and a couple to Paris Night, a length Kuala Bay. Then No Scruples, second last Ferris King and Absolute Lucky Century. Past the 800 metres, and our Johnny a length on the grey Deed Star. Calaboose is racing one off the rails, and then about 3 to Pico, followed on the fence by My Day. A length further back Senshire, and then comes Full Page. A couple Bungabi, Paris Night the inside, 2.5 Kuala Bay, No Scruples, Ferris King, and Absolute as they turn for home, Lucky Century. At the 450, rounding the corner, Little Robert Robinson's kicked away on Calaboose, 3 lengths on Pico and Deed Star. A length to Paris Night getting into the open, and then Bungabi followed by Senshire. At the 200, Pico's coming after Calaboose pretty quickly, Deed Star third, and Paris Night on the outside battling on, but Pico's drawn to the lead now. 100 to go, it's Pico a length and a half on Calaboose and Paris Night, then Deed Star, but Pico's going to be untroubled in the run down of the line, and Pico scores convincingly. A length and 3/4 Paris Night, third Deed Star, fourth Calaboose, then No Scruples, Full Page, Ferris King, followed by My Day, Bungabi, Senshire, Lucky Century, second last Kuala Bay, and our Johnny folded to run a tailed off last.
Tommy Smith bought that horse after he saw him win a string of races in the autumn and said, I want this fellow, and he's trained him as well. And Pico's a very good galloper. He's won 11 out of 19, and his last start he was third at Rose Hill, and today he's dashed right away at Randwick over 1600 and careered away to win from Paris Night and Deed Star. So it's 5, 4 and 1 unofficial. First leg of the double went to 2, so the combination you want 2 and 5 on the daily double in Randwick. Let's take a break. The last 5 to 5. Bertie 545, 185. Turn to Reason 110. High Begum 115. Trifecta 487.75. Quinella 33.75. Randwick Race 7, 5, Pico 160 and 80, Paris Night 75, Deed Star 155, Quinella 315, Trifecta 65.90, Daily Double $15.30. Now on
youngster, and he's up and open class though today.
Yes, he's an open company, but I think he'll be able to make the grade because his win the other day was really good.
Tom, you got a very big opinion. This one, you feel he may be a Derby colt later on.
Well, I think he can stay myself. Naturally, you don't know till you try, but he works like a horse that'd be able to stay. I think when it comes to autumn, you'll find this horse running over a journey.
He's best beautifully named too by Best Western.
Yes, it is a good name. I don't know who got the name from Pauline or Lloyd, but Pauline is my secretary. She names a lot of horses. Sounds like a name she might have gave him.